Hello. I think I'm live, everybody. Didn't have it set up properly. There we are. Come on in. I'm Laura of Laura's Stamping Legacy Studio, and I have reverberation tonight. Hopefully, you don't have that. So I'll just have to listen to myself talk as well. But come on in. Tonight, we're going to have a challenge card demonstration. It's a slimline card, a modified slimline. It's going to be hard to talk with this reverberation going on, but I will try to just keep going. Most slim lines are around 3.5 inches, maybe up to 4 inches. 4 inches is the max you can do as far as the width, and that is what I'm going to be doing tonight. So when you're looking for an envelope for that, you definitely want to have a larger size envelope. But we'll get to all that later. Come on in, get settled, give me a thumbs up, share this, tag this, and we'll just keep moving. We'll see how long I can put up with the back talk. Let me know if it's clear on your side. So I did talk about the challenge card a little bit. We will be doing that in a little bit as people come in. We do them about once a month, and I'll do a demonstration and give you a couple weeks to complete it if you'd like to, your version of what I demonstrate. Hi, Terry. Oh, you're driving but not listening. Okay. I'm listening to myself as well. A half a second after I say everything, I hear it again. So I apparently set something up wrong, but I'll keep trying to go forward. So anyway, if you do complete the challenge card and share it by November 10th is the deadline this time, you get a chance to win a small prize. I'll pull one winner. So that's what we do once a month, basically. And that's what I'm going to demonstrate tonight. Also, after the demonstration, I will do a little unboxing of the most recent paper pumpkin. So if you want to stick around after the demonstration, that's what I'll be doing. But first, I just kind of wonder what everyone's up to. I think if you've looked at my Facebook, you know that I went to Blink and had a great time. We're also busy with fall things. There's at the churches and stuff, they have craft fairs. We love to shop those. Everyone's out at football games, band competitions, but can lead to a lot of late night crafting as we try to fit it all in. I have a few things to announce before we get into the demo. The first is pretty exciting. The current host code has reached the rewards plateau. So if you have already an order in on that host code, which is the normal October host code, you'll have a chance in there based on the amount that you spend. You earn one chance for every 25 in product that you buy before tax and shipping. That's going to close tonight at midnight. So if you're interested, you definitely want to get in on that. And I do have the host code down here. Let me go ahead. I think I have it here as well. There it is. That's the current host code. So, and like I said, if you get an order in by midnight, you'll get in on the drawing, and I will draw that probably tomorrow in the evening. Hooray, I get a thumbs up. Thank you. And then the next thing that's important to talk about, I think I'll switch that around for the moment since I have things down here. Right now, there are two 30% off opportunities for you as customers. The first is on our kits collection. So that's all of our online kits. and they're 30% off to the end of the month. Also just announced, if you're a scrapbooker, which I'm both actually. I don't scrapbook as much as I used to. Hi, Sharon. Welcome in. Trying not to stumble as I go through this today. That's got an echo in my ear. Pretty severe. Anyway, like I was saying, we have 30% off all of our close to my heart products. Most of you know that we incorporated their company, some of their makers, as they're called, demonstrators is what we are called, close to my heart called their demonstrators makers. And we also got some of their product in the deal. And right now, online, all that close to my heart product is 30% off till the end of the month. So those are the two deals going on there. We have a great starter kit special this month. Starter kits are normally $99, and that's what they always are. Sometimes we have incentives, usually in October. That's Stampin' Up's anniversary month, so they have a bigger incentive to join on with other demonstrators teams, and you get free shipping on your starter kit. Normally you get $125 worth of product for the $99 you spend. So that's 26 extra bonus dollars of product. This month, you'll get 155. So you're getting a bonus 30 on top of that bonus you already get. So it's a great time. Excuse me. If you're interested, just shoot me a message and we can talk about it. You can be a hobby demo, just buying for yourself, or you can rein in some customers, friends, and family. Let me take a sip of this. I had a tickle from talking twice to myself. I also want to mention later in the month, I will be at, in fact, it's this weekend. It is later in the month. Where did it go? But I will be at the St. Philip's Fall into Scrapping Crop, and that is Friday and Saturday down in Melbourne, Kentucky, not Melbourne, Australia. And I have a special crop code for that. If anyone attending the crop and watching wants to order ahead of time, that is that crop code. And I'll be posting something in that crop Facebook thread soon, showing you which card making takes I will have at the crop. And anyone can stop by, ladies. If any of you are out there, out and about, they do have raffles that anyone can take part in that day. It all benefits the St. Philip's Catholic school down there. It's at the Parish Center on Route 8. So, all right, here we are. We're down now. Let's go ahead and get to the demonstration. I know that's why you're here. That's why I'm persevering. And I'll try to figure out what I did wrong with my setup this time. But the card, here's the card. Let's take a look at that. Some of you may have seen it on my page. It is, like I said, a slimline. A slimline is tall. It's usually 7 by 3.5 or somewhere in that range, 8 by 3.5. It can fit into a business size envelope, which is what I generally do with it. So, and this one is more of just a lot of sizing and layering. You can pick a designer series paper for your front to make it a scenic, which is what I did here. I cased this particular design from katiedrewcards was the name of it. And I just have really always liked this. I've put some liner in there. So that is the card I'll be demonstrating for you tonight. Let me get the dimensions for you. Here they are. So these are all the dimensions. I'll go through them just quickly. And I will be doing a little of the cutting with you just to show you but this is your base, your card base. So it's 8 by 8 and an eighth. And I know there's eighths. Not all of us like to cut things that are 3/8 and 1/8 and 5/8. But this is an eighth card. I think Katie Drew Cards is a UK demonstrator. So sometimes when the measurements transpose over, excuse me, they come across sometimes with eighths in them. So that's where the eighths are coming from tonight. So after you cut the 8 by 8 and an eighth, you're going to, on the 8 side, score it at 4. So that's your base. And then you have layers. The bottom layer on the top is 7 3/4 by 3 5/8. Hi, Tanya. And then the next layer, 7 3/8 by 3 1/4. You're just joining, but I'm dealing with like 5-second repeat of everything I'm saying loudly in my ear. But we're going to keep going. There were 2 panels that size, by the way, 7 3/8 by 3 1/4. This one is an interior panel for your sentiment. Then there's the DSP, and this is where you can do, as always, it's the measurements and the layout of what the challenge card is. You can modify it as however you want. Different DSPs, you could change this up and have a stamped panel if you want. You could, all kinds of options there. But this designer series paper panel is going to be 7 by 3. And there's a sentiment tag that goes across that's 3 1/4 by however tall it needs to be for your sentiment. So that's 3 1/4 by question mark. And you can see that right there on those in the caption. So there's all your pieces. While we've got that, I should have taken these off. I am going to put it together in front of you. I'm going to cut the DSP. So the cut on the DSP is 1/2 and 6, but you're cutting a half off the top and bottom of your designer series paper panel. So a half is there. I got that. And then what you really can do is just flip it around. It'll fit right in the 6 right there, and you'll be at a half over here. So it's actually a half off each long end. Short end. Depends on how you look at it. If you have specific paper, which you probably will, you want to keep track of, oh, and I just did a boo-boo on this one, but that's okay. So I won't be using this piece, sadly. Actually, I can put it together and stamp it. But those are the 3 pieces that you make from your designer series paper. However, if you're going to stamp on your designer series paper, you need to do that before you cut it. Or you can carefully hold it back together and lay it down there and stamp on top of it, which I will do with this one later. And I had one already stamped to go. No fear. Now I have to cut that one. So we're going to cut twice. This is a night where I'm just going to have fun and things are going to go awry. Stick with me, girls. You always do. So let's cut one more time. So like I said, or should have said, stamp first and then cut. It's a 1/2 inch off each short end. Practice makes perfect. Should be good by now then, should hard to see in here, sorry for that. So a 1/2, that looks better. And then a 1/2. Actually, if I make mistakes, maybe that's better if I do them and you learn from them. All right, all set. So it's just a matter of assembly on all of this. I'd like to show you because there is a little bit of trick to some things. I do like to have grid paper. If you've never purchased grid paper, consider it because it helps you when you're laying things out. And then you can stamp off on it and things like that. But you can center what the paper you have. Grid paper usually centers from the middle. This is the half of a longer sheet. It's probably how many? 6 inches? 8? So another 8 inches this way. I usually cut it in half to work with them. So hopefully I've not lost anything. Okay. When you're doing the applying of the designer series paper, once you find out exactly which direction it goes, and you have it stamped before you cut it, you'll want to line it up. I got to bring a little extra light in here. Sorry about that, girls. Okay. It's my favorite mushroom light. How many of you went to Blink this past weekend? Tanya, I know you did. I did. It was such a large event, there was no way to see all of it. I noticed, I think it was Barb Elliott. I don't think she's on tonight. But I noticed that there was an area that had really, really large, kind of squishy looking, lit up mushrooms. I'm having a hard time with my fingers on that one. Let me use the take your pick tool to move it around. That's another thing you can use the take your pick tool for, helping you move around paper. Sometimes when you move it with your hands, it sticks. All right. So if you get it a little lined up, you've got 3 pieces. Put your top piece down first. I'm having a hard time with them. All right. Got it. I'm using glue because it gives me a little bit of time to wiggle it around. So, and look at your paper. A lot of times I'll line up the outside framing, end up with the paper upside down, which would be par for the course tonight. Okay. That's down. Can you see that? Okay. Let's get this off here. Oh, I didn't know that, Tanya. I had no clue it was permanent. That was in the Asian market section, everybody. The artist there. That didn't work. Hold on. I'm trying to change the banners. There we go. Sorry about that. Well, good. Then everyone can see it. Will it continue to light up? I enjoyed seeing that. I always enjoy meeting the artists. That's one reason I'm involved in Summer Fair, because you get to meet the artist when you're sitting their booths and helping them during the fair. So to line this up, get it where you think it belongs. And what I did is I held the bottom in one spot. Hopefully it'll stay for me. And then I can take the top off that glue one-handed. Feel like a sharpshooter. Quick draw with glue. And then you want to put that down. And if you're off a little, the glue lets you wiggle. But it helps you keep it in place. And get it in better place. And now just do the same down here. And you can estimate, you know you're a half an inch from the bottom with the other, so Just put that down. Okay. And then the glue came out the bottom. I must have plenty. And get your last piece down. Little goes a long way. I'm trying to rush now because I feel like I'm taking too long. All right. And then there's the final one. So then it's just a matter of layering. So I don't need the glue for that. Just going to use the old tumble runner we used to sell. Line it up as a frame. And then take all these off. I don't want that anymore. Or did that help you see better? Oh, great. I'm glad you got to meet the artist too, Tanya. He was really neat. For those of you that don't know, in the Asian market area, he's a local artist. His parents originally came from Japan. And he created a see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil statue of 3 monkeys. And during the event, it at certain points emitted monkey noises. But this artist also did the statues at Great American Ballpark of Pete Rose and other players. He's also done plaques at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. So a lot of talent in that event. Okay. Now you can do what you want with the front. You could wrap ribbon around this, but I'm keeping this one simple, sort of simple. I did put embellishments on there, and that's what I'll do to finish this off, but I don't think I'm going to go through all that now. I do want to show you, and this is a lot of retired product. I hadn't planned to use this as the challenge card today, but I ended up doing that. So normally I would have more current product for you because the color's even a retired color. Can anyone guess the color? This dark blue? But I want to show you how I lined up. We have embellishments on the top. There's 3 of them here and 3 on the bottom, obviously. So this is one area where I use the grid paper again, especially for this card because it's 4 inches. So I know I can line it right up there and then get the embellishments. And then I can come straight down from the 0 to put the 1 in the middle, always the middle, and then work out. And then a 1/2 inch over, I'll put this one. That one. So it helps you position with your positioning, as long as you don't move it, of your items to get the grid paper. So enough of this. I'll finish this off later. I've prattled on long enough. But this all goes on such like this. And I would put the other embellishments here at the bottom. And I have some sea glass. That was an old embellishment as well. So, and that would finish out this card, just like a cooking show, right? You pull it out of the oven and it's done. But remember to get a generous business envelope, because this is a full 4 inches across. And stamp before you cut. I even had a note about that. But I'll just lay those pieces next to each other because I've already done that once. And I'll be able to stamp what I wanted across the top. If I can find the way that goes. Like that, I guess. So I'll be interested to see. I can't wait to see your challenge cards that you create. But let's go ahead. We can stay down And we'll get these banners out of here. Hold on. Here we go. All right. And you've got until November 10th to complete that. So let's go ahead and have a little unboxing. I know I saw Pam posted a picture of hers. She's not here tonight, but she did go ahead and show that hers came. And I was so excited for this one because I really love the Nest of Winter suite. And I've been playing with that. Gosh, when did we start playing with that? Because the team got to do what was it called that we did? Creativity Now. And we worked with this suite. But then they came out with this paper pumpkin, and I had to have it. It's called Nests of Christmas. And in the catalog and online, it's Nests of Winter is the stamp set and the paper. But it's just got one of those gorgeous collectible boxes, which my postman finds some way to really squish every time. But it's still pretty. Looks a little distressed on the green. And I love anything with birds, especially chickadees. If it was a mockingbird, I would not like it because I don't like mockingbirds. But it came with the shaded spruce stamp set, ink spot. And for those of you that may be interested in this, if there are extras, I don't know, Sean, let me, I'll have to look. I'll be writing up the email that I send everyone that does Paper Pumpkin and who has come to my Kit-togethers. So I'll be looking at that in the coordinating product, but I'm sure it coordinates with the paper and probably the embossing folder and all that. So same colors and everything. But yeah, I'm thinking it must. And one thing to think about, if you did not get this, because this is a buy and then it comes and you're surprised at what you get. So usually today's the 20th, 21st. What day are we up to? Today is the 21st. So this is the day, or tomorrow will be the day we find out about refills of the contents in here for those that already have it. It takes 3 months for extra full kits to appear for sale, if there are any. I kind of thought this would sell out, but it didn't. So let's see what's in there. And I'll find that answer out for you, Sean. So we'll need to look and see. Here we go. That's not showing you the words. I'd have to stamp them, right? Let's see. Is that better? There we go. Maybe. Yep, a little bit. It's a big Christmas, a small Merry, and a happy holidays, and a joyful thoughts to you this season. As a cardinal. Oh, how pretty. Tanya, did you get this one? It's got a pine bough, snow, and probably, I'm not sure what that is. I think it's probably holly berries, but there's no holly leaf, which is interesting. Either that or it's bird food. So, but those are your stamps. So you got stamps, you got your ink spot, you got some really wide tear and tape. It's the widest tear and tape I've ever seen from them. You always get your tissue paper. Woo. Happy mail, right, girls? All right. Here we go. Christmas, it's coming sooner than we think. So there we go. Oh, look at that. So it looks like they're window cards again. Looks like there's a frame. This one's like a semicircle, oval semicircle, and this one's a square. So that very much reminds me of the dies. Hold on. Those are over here. Oh, somewhere. Nests of winter. Nests of winter. Oh, winter treetops? Winter treetops is called. So in here, I keep my dies. So this frame reminds me that we have this frame. So too much going on there, a lot of reflection. But yes, I'm thinking it definitely coordinates. Do you have the stamp set? Oh, you do have the stamp and dies. Okay. Hi, Terry. All right, let's get in here. As soon as I'm done, I have to Google why my audio was repeating in my ear the entire time. All right. Oh, that green is a foil. See it? That's gorgeous. I guess it's shaded spruce. That's the foiling color. Oh, look at the envelopes. Wow. I don't know where my trash can is, but I'm throwing stuff on the floor. Let's see. Dimensionals. What is this in here? I'm looking for little things first. That's ribbon. That's interesting. A little bit of ribbon. Oh, it's cut pieces so that you can probably lay them down like next to a sentiment. It's actual cut pieces of red ribbon. I'm going to turn the light on there so you can see. See that? We'll just leave that light there so you can. That's interesting. I've never done quite like that before. I have to keep that in mind when I'm doing my mini product shares. In your dimensionals, look at that. And that's too bright. There we go. I'll hold it up higher. It's actually a gold foil that goes around this whole edge. See it? Let the shine down there. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Are they lined? Nope. Plain on the inside. Fancy on the outside. Wow. So are we cutting these envelopes up, girls? You could cut that. Could you make that a card front? Is it too big? What's the dimensions there? See, you always have a ruler. That's bigger than 4 1/4. A little bit. And then that's 5 3/4. So I guess we'll just use those as an envelope. Do you remember another? Oh, Sharon, you're talking about one a few years ago. There was one stamp set that had a large cardinal. Is that the one you're thinking of? That was when I first started, I think. Did you get that one? So there's all your envelopes. I think it's at 9, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Unless I counted wrong. There's your birds, and they're all die cuts. Yep. Oh, lovely. I mean, I have the paper, but still, how could you not get this? It's so pretty. Oh, look at these. Now, this is exactly like the paper. I think it's a little darker. The designer series paper in the suite. And they are trifolds. Oh, look at that. So this pops out. The window pops out, right? And these are trifold cards. You know we can make these into shaker cards quick. If you don't have what you need to make shaker cards, buy them before they're off the website. I always cut apart when it's a trifold. I don't think I've ever used them as a trifold. This is really pretty. Kind of looks like nighttime, looking through the woods. Pretty. So that's 3 of them will be that. 4 of them. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are that design. Here's your tags. Okay. Oh, and look at this color. And 5 are 2. Yeah, got to be 5 because there's 10. Making a mess. Put that over here. You got 5 of those, and these open up as well. Oh, look at this. Wow. Oh, I'm so glad I got this one. Fingers crossed that it comes back in 3 months for any of you that may want one. Those of you that love this, you could always buy the refill. If you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, let me know and I'll help you figure it out. But yeah, this one too, you have to be careful of this fold. But it's a trifold and it has a pop-out window. It's a full rectangle. So if you had that die cut that does the frame of the pine boughs, you could put that back in there. See, you could back it against there and use it that way. So gorgeous. I would definitely, it's meant to be that if you pop this out and then you look through to that, and that's the beauty of it. But I would just cut this panel and use it for something else and make a card with this. So we're not done yet. Hold on. Let's see what else is in here. Down past the chipboard. Up, it's just the directions. So now they've started putting this in so you know what your stamps are, so you can see them. And then all your directions. So that's that. Oh, quick, before we leave, if I can find it. I might not be able to because I've been playing with all my papers. I'm looking for the matching nests to winter. I guess I'm not as prepared today as I thought I was. Well, let's just go ahead. Say goodnight to one another. Thanks for watching, girls. It's truly given me a headache listening to myself. Thank you all for hanging in and listening to me. At least you only hear me once, not twice in a row. But if you have any questions about the challenge card, let me know. Oh, she did? Okay, I'll have to look for that, Terry. The demonstrators group, if you join on to my team, there's extra groups that you can join into with Stampin' Up! And Paper Pumpkin that give you more detailed information, which we're supposed to share, but with so much to keep up with, we can't always do that. So, but we try. But good luck. You have till November 10th if you want to do the challenge card, which is over here somewhere. It's just layered at this point. I did want to show you real quick. I did attempt an alternate. I'll put it down here for you, upside down. But I did attempt an alternate card. I just had an extra set, or I thought I did, because now I realized I didn't. But I would have used a different background, I think. But you could use any kind of paper. It's just the cutting of the sizes and stuff. That's the challenge and the layout. And also, anyone going to the crop this weekend? Sean, are you at the crop? I will be in St. Philip's crop down in Melbourne on Route 8. So if you need to place an order before midnight, use that host code because I'll be drawing winner of the rewards. And that's our normal October host code, which is the TZMZ. So I'll be drawing a winner for that in the group tomorrow night. So otherwise, oh, great. I'll be seeing you on Saturday or Friday night, Sean. And if anyone wants to stop by, you're welcome to that as well. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. And I can't wait to see all your cards. Be well until we see each other again. Bye-bye.